So I told myself it's time to do my braids over. Now, this style that I had in my hair, it was cute though. This was a real cute style. I was surprised that it came out so nice. But now it's time for me to take it out. So I said I got a little bit more energy today. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut these braids out and get my hair shampooed and just looking fresh and looking better than before. So while I'm cutting my braids, I'm noticing that I can still cut short because I know my hair is not that long just yet. But once I took out the first braid, I was like, what? I got some length. I mean, just last year, I was almost bald head. So I said, you know what? This is an accomplishment for me. And I'm going to embrace doing my hair because I really just like doing my hair. So anyway, I took this conditioner and I put it all throughout my hair, liberal, before I shampooed it because this is the start of the detangling process. So I got a detangling brush and I just brushed that conditioner all throughout my hair, make sure it wasn't any knots in my hair because I don't want to shampoo with the knots in my hair, especially with the shampoo that I had. So anyway, I just got my hair really, really, really saturated with water before I introduce it to shampoo. You want to make sure every follicle is saturated with water before the shampoo. However, my shampoo was locked. I don't understand how, but I finally had got it to work after struggling with it for a bit, water in my face, and I'm just finally getting the shampoo out. So anyway, I get the shampoo all throughout my hair, get it liberal, making sure that I'm scrubbing my scalp, scrubbing everything. And if you get a good lather in your hair when you first shampoo your hair, that means you don't have a whole bunch of product in your hair. But if you don't get a good lather your first shampoo, then you probably have a lot of product built up into your hair. So anyway, even though my hair was still pretty decent and nice and clean, I said I'm gonna go ahead and shampoo it a second time just to make sure that it's all clean. But it's nothing like a fresh towel on your face and your head after you get the shampoo rinsed out. So anyway, I'm cleaning up my mess, making sure that there's no soap residue left around because I don't like to see that. Even when my girls are shampooing their hair, I want the whole area to be nice and clean and ready for the next person to use. So now here's time for my hair to be blow dried. My daughter was using a pick at first, and I said you might want to use a detangling brush because I feel like that'll be better and it'll help you to blow dry better. So that's what I did. I gave her the detangling brush. It's so amazing when you can have somebody else to blow dry your hair. Now, I could have done it myself, but it's just a blessing to be able to have children that know how to do hair. That way I can give myself a small break. But I don't know why all of a sudden this one piece of lint just wants to make a debut in my video. However, my daughter did help me out and got that little piece of lint out my hair, which I was so grateful for. But my hair was shampooed and I was ready for the next step, which is parting. All I needed was 4 parts. So I asked my other daughter to come and help me with my parts. Now, as you can see, the door is opening very slowly. She doesn't even really want to do it. But I said, this cannot be your attitude towards parting my hair because not long ago, I asked you to part my hair and those parts came out crispy. Not her looking like, what in the world am I going to do? This is just a straight back part. So here, all 4 sections are parted. I put just a little chunky twist to keep it out the way. And I realized I didn't have any edge cream, so I'm using Gorilla Snot on my hair. I will say my hair texture is probably about a 4B. I wouldn't recommend using this product on all textures of hair because it can be very sticky. It all depends on your hair texture, but it worked fine for me. So I just went ahead and put my hair in a cornrow. Now this cornrow doesn't have to be super, super neat, but you do want to make sure that your cornrow is uniform because when doing butterfly braids, you're going to have to crochet the hair through the braid and you don't want your braid going zigzaggy or all across the section. You really want it to be uniform and going in a decent line. That way when it's time for you to cornrow, that cornrow can be hidden. So I just went ahead and continued to cornrow my hair. I'm cornrolling all the way down And once I get that nice and tight at the end, I just went ahead and cornrowed the rest of my hair. All of the three sections are cornrowed now. So now it's time for the next part, which is the crochet part. Now you crochet from the beginning to the back. However, mine have some in the back because I started to use some French braid hair, and that hair was just so tangly, and I just could not do the French braid hair. So I have some regular Cankalon straight hair, and I'm just using my crochet needle to pull certain pieces through. I'm going to speed it up right here because this part is a bit tedious, but try and crochet the sections so that they are almost touching each other. That way when you go to cornrow, the cornrow is hidden under the fake hair that you're using for the section. And you're going to have to make the sections bigger as you go towards the back because you want your butterfly braid to increase in size as you're going cornrolling back. But you'll see what I'm talking about in a little bit. So once all the crochet pieces are in, I just went ahead and just cornrow just like a regular cornrow. So I'm cornrolling the fake hair on top of the pre-cornrowed hair. And I'm going to do that all the way to the back. Now, you don't want to make your cornrow super tight because you are going to make a butterfly effect. And for you to pull the pieces of hair to make it look like a butterfly, the braid should be not super loose, but definitely not super tight, because then you're going to make it very, very hard for yourself to get a butterfly look in your braid. So I'm just going to secure this braid all the way down. And then once I'm done securing this and putting a knot at the end, because I didn't put rubber bands at the end, I just put a knot with the fake hair at the end. You're just going to start from the top and you're going to pull. Now, I was trying to use a tool or something to help me, but I quickly realized I could just do this with my hand. Because when I was working in the salon, how I would do it was take a regular crochet needle without the latch, but I didn't have that particular crochet needle, so I just said I'm gonna just go ahead and use my hands, and that's what I did. But if you see what I'm talking about, right here is where I had braided my braid just a little bit tight, and when you braid it too tight, it's super hard to get the butterfly look. So I used a clip to try to help me get the little pieces out, and then before you know it, I used the end of my carbon rat tail comb. If you have a carbon comb, those combs are a bit stronger than a regular rat tail comb. A regular rat tail comb would have been broke or popped at this point, but as you can see, it did the job. So all you want is just like a messy look when it comes to butterfly braids. The messier, the better. So I just went ahead and did the other 3 cornrows into the butterfly braid. As you can see, this is definitely a butterfly braid. To each his own. Some like this particular style, some don't, but I didn't have any rods, so I used the clips to dip the ends, and I used more of the Gorilla Snot to do my edges. Now you can use whatever edge cream you want, whatever works for your hair texture, but Gorilla Snot really works for my hair. And I feel like it's not so hard to do my edges because my hair is naturally curly, so I just went ahead and did that just to make it look nicer. I feel like when you're doing your edges, it just makes the whole style look more polished and not so rough for some reason. I mean, some people, they are just like over baby hairs, but me particularly, I really still like them. I like how they look on me, and I like how they make my hairstyles look as well, especially when it comes to my sideburns. My sideburns, I really like when I can curve them like this, and it just makes it look so cute and girly, especially once it's dry. Now, Gorilla Snot is not like regular edge cream, so you really gotta let that dry. But anyway, this is how it's looking, and some of the ends were a bit rough looking, so I had to just take some of my scissors and clip some of those off just to make things look more polished and more put together. So next, I just went ahead and said, you know what, I'm going to take these 2 rubber bands, one smaller one, and then I have a bigger rubber band. I'm going to start with the smaller rubber band just to put 2 of the cornrows in a ponytail. And then all you do is just take both of those cornrows and just wrap it like into a bun. This really is just like a no-brainer type of method. And all you do is take that bigger rubber band and you wrap that bigger rubber band around it twice. Some people will sew it down. Some people will put pins on it. However, I'm using what I have at this moment, which is my bigger rubber band. And it still does the same thing. And it gets the job done. And it stays secure in its section. I went ahead and just did the other side as well. The other side, I took a smaller rubber band first, and then I'll use the bigger rubber band to make sure that everything is secure, twisting in the opposite direction. I felt like it just felt better to go the opposite direction for some reason. I tried to go in the same direction, but it just didn't feel right in my hand, so I just went the opposite direction. I'm taking my bigger rubber band and securing it, and there you have it. This is my 4 butterfly braids. Once I get my makeup and my glasses and stuff on, this will look even better, but for now my hair is done. Thanks for watching.